everybody. This is John DeBartola from the Keystone Alliance Gay Life newsletter. Welcome to Pittsburgh Pride. I'm here today with my special guest, the Pittsburgh Furries. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Rika.
Don't be bashful, come on.
I'm Sage.
Marcy.
So why do you guys dress up like this? Tell us about yourselves.
This is something we all have a common agreement to do. Some of us feel like we're animals or whatnot, but we love dressing up because it's very fun. We like going out there putting a smile on everyone's face.
So what is your creature's name?
I'm sorry?
What was your name again?
My name's RC.
Okay, this is RC. How about you? Why do you do this?
I do it for fun, mostly.
And you're from Pittsburgh?
Yes.
What about you?
I love building costumes and I love entertaining, so it's just a lot of fun.
I just like making people smile, and whenever I come out, everybody's got these big happy faces and kids love it, and it's just kind of fun.
What she said. It's an experience. It's really fun. I suffer from very overwhelming shyness and as well as anxiety, and this just helps me get out and open myself to other people.
We also have two over here. Introduce yourselves.
Probably.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
And why do you guys dress up?
The party.
Good answer. Well, thank you all very much. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Jacob Gahainor, and today I want to sit back and I want to talk about Pride. You know, Pride comes every year, and it's just so exciting. It's historic to think and just to sit back and just wonder. 150 years back ago, we didn't have the chance to celebrate Pride like we do now. And we are on the right side of history. So when you guys go to these parties and you're drinking and you're having fun, remember that. Remember, this is a gift. To be able to go out to meet your fellow brothers and sisters of the LGBT community all across the globe, coming in one spot to celebrating us for being Pride. You know, we have parades, we have clubs. I mean, anything that you can think of, we have that to come together, to unite as one. And I just want to say, when you go to these prides, share your stories, meet your brothers and sisters of the LGBT community, and get to know them. And not on just a sexual level, but get to know them deeper. Share your stories, heal from this. I know a lot of the LGBT may be hurting, but if you just talk to your brothers and sisters, they can identify with you. And when you heal from that, that is so truthful, it's honest, and it's prideful. You can come from that pride just feeling rejuvenated, confident, and just brave to do whatever you want to do in life and just have pride. And to me, that's what pride is all about. So this year, go have fun, meet your brothers and sisters of the LGBT community, and share your story and listen to others as well.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with our guests, Kith and Nadine. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Nadine Bellanote, your first ever Ms. Pride Femme Fatale, Pittsburgh 2015.
And I'm Kate Kavanaugh, Mr. Pittsburgh Pride Drag King 2015.
Tell us about yourselves.
Well, I've only been in the community a little over a couple of years. I take care of I'm also known as the mama of the community. I'm the mama of the community, where I take care of anybody who needs help. If they need to just talk to somebody, I'm there for them. I open up my home at every year at Christmas and Thanksgiving to have dinner for anybody who needs a place to go. And if you need something, you call me, and I'm there no matter what, 24/7.
I moved here about a year ago. I've lived all around for the last couple of years, but originally from Chicago, lived here for about a year, and I've been doing drag since about October. And yeah, this is my first big city pride, and I'm really excited about it. Last night was amazing, and I can't wait to see what today brings.
So as Mr. Pittsburgh Pride, how do you feel about all the national controversy? Where did the camera die? No, we're good. How did you feel about all the controversy with Iggy Azalea?
Well, to be honest, for me, it was more of I I feel like she should apologize ahead of time and things could have been a lot better. But I like the way it worked out. I was a little disappointed that people were dropping out of Pride because this is some of the first time that kids, teenagers are going to be around people like them, and they're gonna. Now you're dropping out. You're leaving spaces and visibility that people might, now they might not know that the resources that they have are there because those people aren't here. So no matter how I felt about it, I was going to be here to show who I was and be proud and show, even if it's just this one kid that I reach, that's all that matters to me.
Nadine, the Supreme Court's about to give their gay marriage ruling at the end of June. How do you feel? What do you think is going to happen?
I think everybody has a right to be married. Everyone has a right to be with the person that they love and should be able to marry whoever they want. Everyone has that right. No one should be discriminated against. So we all should have a chance to be happy.
Well, thank you both very much. Welcome back. I am here with my friend Paris. Introduce yourself, Paris.
Hi guys, it's Paris Young Boutte, your current reigning Miss Pittsburgh. How are you?
So you are officially what, the nastiest queen in Pittsburgh?
I am yes, sure. Okay. We'll say that one. I clean myself like a cat, bark like a dog, all that good stuff.
So what do you think of the current controversy with Iggy Azalea?
My whole thing with the whole issue is I still feel like the community is divided. It's more of a black versus white thing. I hate to say it that way, but I was all for Iggy. I could really care less. The whole idea about Pride was to come out and have a good time, not to worry about who's performing. Yeah, that's the big part of the night, but it's still about who's here. We all as a community come together to just celebrate ourselves. So that's how I feel. It's nasty. That's what I think. The whole thing is just nasty, and it didn't need to come down to it. But I'm glad Nick did step in. He was fine.
With the Supreme Court coming up with their decision at the end of the month, do you think that hate crimes bills and non-discrimination will be the next issues for the gay community?
I believe that it should be if it's not. We face a lot of discrimination every day, every time, and it's not one day that I can walk down the street with just a peaceful, how you doing, how's it going? It's always a dirty look, a stare, or I don't know who that is and I don't know why they're there. So I hope it's the next thing that happens. I believe it should be.
Part of our show, we benefit the Trevor Project, that promote anti-LGBT discrimination and of course help teen suicide. If you could give a message to yourself younger about, staying strong and not giving in to fear, what would you say to yourself?
If I could have known what was going to happen in life now, I probably would have just said go for it a lot more. You only live once, and I don't want to live with regrets, so every day that I live now is just a positive, keep going. I know who I am, I'm comfortable with who I am, so I'm just happy to be here and I'm happy to be alive, that's all.
Well, thank you so much, Paris. We'll be right back.
1989. So 1989, I like to imagine, was a really, really cool year because it's the year before I was born. So I imagine that my parents got together and they were like, wouldn't it be great if we had this really, really beautiful black trans woman child? And then my parents made love and it was beautiful. And it was gorgeous, and then I was born and it was very Venus de Milo on that ass. Anyway, so 1989 is also the name of a Taylor Swift album, and honestly I have to say that I was very hesitant to be a Taylor Swift fan. Shake It Off came on and I was like, well, let me just go and finally force myself to figure out what this whole Shake It Off business is, what this whole T-Swizzle business is. Let's just go and see what it is. And so I went and I watched Shake It Off, right? And I was just like, this song has an amazing message to children in America. So I loved Shake It Off. Then I watched Bad Blood, and I literally was like, I can no longer deny this feeling that I feel inside, because the Bad Blood music video, let me just tell you, is everything to me. Everything. everything. So many beautiful, amazing women just looking badass. Honestly, my favorite part about the entire video was Olivia Benson's cameo. She just walked in, her name was Justice. Funny thing about Taylor Swift is apparently her dog's name is Olivia Benson. So honestly, it's like I've been trying to fight this love for Taylor Swift for a really, really long time. But to be honest with you, I love her. I love her. I think she's great. And I really, really like this album. I like a lot of the songs on it. And I really wasn't anticipating that. Like, honestly, if you told me that I would be like liking Taylor Swift in 2K15, I'd be like, girl, what you smoking? So, 1989, it's a great album. You should check it out. That's about all I have to say. So I hope you guys have a great week. And Kat Black for Pride.com, signing out.
And welcome back. I'm here with our special guest from the Scare House in Pittsburgh. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Crystal from the Scare House. This is our posse, and we are here because we believe in equality, we believe in diversity.
What's your name?
Tracy.
Are you Tinkerbell, Tracy?
I am an evil fairy.
There's no evil fairies in Pittsburgh. We know that for a fact, everybody. No pun intended. What's your name?
Tatum.
I'm the reason the South lost the Civil War.
The reason why? Okay.
I'm Liz.
So tell us about the Scare House.
We are a top haunted attraction. We are located right here in Etna, Pennsylvania. We're going to be opening in the third weekend of September, so make sure you can go online right now and buy your tickets.
And I have been to the Scare House. It is a wonderful time. It's a good hour-and-a-half walking tour. They are wonderful, dedicated. Check them out in the fall. Good luck, guys.
Awesome.
And welcome back to Pittsburgh Pride 2015. I'm here with my friend Donna from Pittsburgh Transgender. Welcome, Donna.
Donna from Pittsburgh Transgender. I'm Donna from Pittsburgh Transgender. What do you want to know?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a male to female transsexual, on-off. I can't do hormones and I can't do the operation.
So right now you've heard all about the Bruce Jenner to Caitlyn Jenner. Tell us your thoughts about that.
I think it's good that people are coming out. There's a lot of controversy about stuff that's being written about her. Misgendering, things of that nature. I think that's wrong. I think that people need to be educated. That's one of the things Pittsburgh Transgender and Trans Pride do together. We try to take and make sure that everybody knows about us. They see us in public. We do dinners, we do the bingo, we do other things. People see us when we're out at dinner, and we've had them approach us and say, "Wow, you're nothing like we see on TV." And it's like they see Jerry Springer and they think we're all like the people in Jerry Springer.
They see that you're real people with real concerns and real issues.
And normal, right?
And they're normal. Caitlyn Jenner, she's one of my heroes. Absolutely amazing what she has accomplished for our community. Anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
No, that's it.
Well, thank you very much, Donna. We'll be right back.
They're sold out. Where can I get Britney tickets?
How would one go about renting a live peacock?
How do I get people to like my status?
What do I get my boyfriend for our 7.5-month anniversary?
Where's the Chipotle?
Where can I buy a shirt?
How am I supposed to respond to all this hate? What is genderqueer?
Why can't I donate blood?
How am I supposed to come out to grandma?
Why does it hurt so much?
I'm worried about my friend. I need help.
If you or someone you know is thinking about suicide, call the Trevor Project at 1-866-488-7386. Trained counselors are there to listen 24/7.
Everybody needs help.
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 So just ask.
So, here we are at the Horsehead booth.
My special ticket.
Welcome back. We had a little bit of rain. You were telling us about your counseling services and your clients.
Yes, yes. So we have since 1972 been providing counseling services to the community, and we have new offices in Lawrenceville, and we also have a satellite in Erie and a satellite in Washington, PA. But we do mental health counseling, substance abuse counseling, couples, family counseling. We work with domestic violence. We work with HIV. We work with people who are in gender transitions. We have a gender clinic, so a whole array of professional counseling services.
So tell us, how large is your staff?
We have 30 staff.
And how do you get your referrals?
From everywhere.
Pittsburgh Pride 2015. I'm here with my friend Sue Kerr. She's actually a columnist with the Gay Life newsletter. She also writes a local blog called the Pittsburgh Lesbian Correspondents. Welcome, Sue.
Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate that. It's a real honor to be here today to represent people who aren't often represented at Pittsburgh Pride Fest. And what I'm here for talking about today, we're on the parade route, and I came down to witness. I'm watching the parade, I'm certainly enjoying it, but I chose not to participate, and I'm not participating in Pride Fest because I stand in solidarity with queer and trans people of color, as well as others who've been marginalized by the Delta Foundation, others involved with corporatizing Pride over the past 10 years or so.
Can you explain to us what you're actually protesting then?
Sure. Well, the protest sprang from the decision to bring in Iggy Azalea as the featured performer at Pride in the Streets, which was held last night, Saturday. And Iggy's history is problematic when it comes to homophobic, transphobic, and racist comments. And I look at that as like the straw that broke the camel's back. And in response to that, people started to come forward voicing just their overall exasperation with racism in our community, with internalized homophobia and transphobia, sexism, bi-erasure. We don't talk about poverty, we don't bring people with HIV to the table, and the list goes on of how people are non-included, not just in the Pride fundraising event, but overall in Pride and then on a year-round basis. So it started with Iggy Azalea, but it wasn't about Iggy. It's bigger than Iggy Azalea. And I'm glad that she pulled out or canceled or whatever actually happened. Nick Jonas came, and that's great. But it doesn't change the fact that there's still all of these other issues that have been with us since the dawn of time and that we need to work on. And Pride in the 90s was more aggressively doing that than Pride in 2015. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all.
So how would you like to see the community heal?
Well, to be honest with you, I think that we need to rip that wound open a little bit more first. I think that now that the event is over, we need to start doing the real work and having honest conversations about what is actually happening. And, that hasn't happened. I've been at most of the meetings around this, and I will tell you that it's starting to happen, but at this point, we're really venting about things. We're not getting down into an analytical examination. We're not talking about how white privilege is part of the LGBT community. And we're not talking about the concept of pride and what it means for us in the 21st century, as opposed to the 1973 march that marked the beginning of Pride in Pittsburgh. What I think needs to happen is that Delta Foundation has to honor to meet the requests that were made at them this week by several organizers, and I was there.
What were the requests? I'm going to jump in.
Yeah, that's fine. The two requests: one, financial transparency beyond what's available in the 990s, and the audit. We want to know where all this money came from and where it's all been going in a very detailed manner. And to my knowledge, Delta is refusing to provide that level of transparency. The second question is a specific rundown of how the Delta Foundation has supported LGBTQ organizations, detailed support, not just a general statement, with a specific emphasis on queer and trans people of color-led organizations. So that could be a list, it could be a paragraph whatever form that takes. But we don't want you to just say, I supported Latino Pride, and then Latino Pride says all you did was list us on your calendar and you put us on your Facebook page. That's not the same thing. That's not what I would consider support as an organization. I mean, it's a very nice thing to do, I guess, but I did that too. But I don't have $1,000 to help them fund their event, the first ever Latino Pride in Pittsburgh. So those kinds of support look very different. We need that detailed analysis. It's our money. This is our community resources, and how they're allocated is all of our collective responsibility, and we should all benefit by making sure they're wisely invested where they're going to strengthen all of us, not just poured into a few specific things where only a few people get to make the decisions.
So what actions will you take if your demands and your requests are met? What's next for your protest?
Well, I can't speak for Roots Pride because we have to have, that conversation has to happen, and I'm sure they'll share with me where that's going. But it's not going to stop. I mean, there's a need for a rest, but we have to continue. We have to keep meeting, keep talking, keep having visibility. What I will do as an individual, as a white ally, as a lesbian, and a member of the community, I'm going to keep using my blog and my voice to amplify and signal boost queer, trans people of color voices. I was standing over here when a group of genderqueer people went by in the parade, and the guys next to me made jokes. And I turned to them and I said, isn't it great that we can have Pride now where people can come out and be who they really are in our Pride and not have to hear comments like that? And they just stared at me,
So let me ask you this. Do you think that there needs to be a leadership change in who runs the Pride event, or should it be a new organization, a new group? What should be the reform? What are you recommending?
Well, I do think that Delta needs new leadership. They need people that we can trust. And that's up to their board to decide. But it's clear that Gary is no longer effective as a leader. And I don't think he'll ever be able to claim credibility again, in my opinion. As to who runs Pride Fest, they own the trademark, but it's our Pride. And so if a community group wants to start a different kind of Pride, I'd be right there with them. I think it would be great to see it move to a new generation and a new phase. The history of Pride is like that. We had Pride in the streets, then we had political prides, we had prides in the park, we had a street festival, we had a park festival, now we have a street festival. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of things here.
I recently read the letters in your blog from Mayor Peduto, Councilman Bruce Krause, and Representative Dan Frankel. Can you talk about those and what your opinion is of what's happening?
Sure. Well, first of all, let's start with the positive. City Council President Bruce Krause, who is an openly gay man and has been serving for, I think, 2.5 terms, decided to boycott Pride and to stand in solidarity with the Roots Pride protesters. And he held a press conference. He's been very vocal about, that there needs to be a change and that these are significant issues in our community. And I'm very proud of him for that. State Representative Dan Frankel, who has been our unfailing ally in the state General Assembly, especially around non-discrimination, is disappointing in this. He's been listed as a member of the Delta Advisory Board or Advisory Council for many years that I personally know of, and I've spoken to him about it in the past, and he just sort of shrugs it off and says, oh, this is distraction. It's taking us away from where our focus should be. I think our focus should be on where the community wants it to be, and I'm really disappointed in his leadership fail. I think he needs to get himself off that advisory council because he's losing a lot of the credibility he's truly earned over these past decades. Mayor Peduto, I was disappointed in his statement as well. When he used the label divisive, I had a laugh because I'm often called divisive, and what that usually means is I'm writing something people don't want to say. They don't want me to say.
You're usually called the Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote. Yes. I read your blog.
I love Jessica Fletcher, but I get labeled divisive a lot. I thought that was a very unfair statement because this event is not where we need to be all unified 100% of the time. We need to be unified when we're really working on concrete, tangible change for our community. We need to be unified around the fact that so many youth are homeless. We need to be unified about funding for HIV and so forth and so on.
So what's your thoughts about Caitlyn Jenner?
Well, I think Caitlyn Jenner's wonderful, and I really applaud her for being so public and opening so many what has to be very painful conversations. I think it's just so tragic what happened in Pittsburgh with an editor of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette writing a hate-laced, venomous, nasty comment where she compared...
And they defended it.
Yes.
They defended it.
She's part of the editorial board and they defended it. Well, 2 editors defended it. And she compared trans people to subhuman exhibits in a freak show. And that hurt me a lot personally, and I just cringed. And there's obviously she's not going anywhere. And Caitlyn Jenner will be fine because of that commentary. I mean, it is not going to bother her. But there are real human beings right here in Pittsburgh, right standing around us, who read that. And I mean, that just makes me so sad. I'm actually going to start tearing up in a second because I think how crappy that had to be to open the paper and read it. I'm glad people responded to it. I'm glad that there were letters to the editor and people speaking out on Facebook and all of that. But it's really unfortunate that our largest media outlet chose to be so biased, inaccurate, and unfair. They violated every principle of journalism and then hid behind free speech. And that's not how professional journalists operate. So, what I'd like to see is Caitlyn Jenner come to Pittsburgh and have a meeting with the publisher of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, who apparently is conservative, and use some of her mighty influence to maybe have that conversation. So Caitlyn, if you're watching, come on to Pittsburgh and I'll show you around.
Also, the Supreme Court's about to give their historic gay rights decision by June 30th of this month. Tell us what you think's going to happen. Can you predict for us?
Well, I think marriage is going to go our way. I think that the decision will probably at least be a partial win for us. I think marriage equality is inevitable. It's just how long it's going to take. And then when you start to look at the intersection of all the other non-discrimination laws, hate crimes laws, adoption laws, the RFRA laws, all of these things that are popping up, we're going to be in this for a long time. There was a book recently written by Michelangelo Signorelli, and he quotes me, so that's exciting, but he talks about victory blindness and backlash, and I think we've seen that here in Western Pennsylvania. I think in Johnstown you've experienced that, where people are mad about the fact that we got some marriage equality and they're pushing back at whatever they can. We saw that in McGuffey High in Washington County, where those kids were targeted by anti-gay days. I think we're going to see this, I hear my friends, their fear about being out when they go to, a restaurant in Cranberry Township or something, and people poo-poo that like it doesn't really matter. But I think a lot of people watching this have had that feeling. They know when they have to go stealth. They know when they need to not hold hands and be a little careful. And it's a really, just a feeling that we shouldn't have to experience in this day and age. And my partner and I, who are middle-class white lesbians, we feel that. And so I can only begin to imagine when you start to add other identities that are considered less than in our community, what that feels like. So I hope we do get more marriage equality. I'm absolutely in favor of that. But I think we need to also figure out how do we take all that momentum and work on these other issues? Because what is the other issue? There's like 6 or 7. And how do we pick one? And Pennsylvania has nothing. We have never had our legislators pass anything successfully that is an LGBT rights issue. I mean, we have like a handful of elected people who are openly, mostly gay men, and that's it. I mean, we don't have, both of our civil rights come from court rulings, so that's not good.
Can you talk about GLBT suicide risk in Pittsburgh for us?
Sure, I'll do the best I can. I think death by suicide is something, again, that we don't talk about. In the past almost 2 years in Pittsburgh, we have lost 6 members of our community to violent deaths. 3 of those have been murder by gunshot, and 3 of those have been suicide. Individuals who took their life. All 3 were white, 2 were gay men, and 1 was a trans man. And we just don't talk about it. That should have changed the conversation here. How could it be more clear that this is an issue than in such a short period of time, 6 people under the age of 40 dying violent deaths. In terms of suicide risk, I think we have some incredible programs here. We have the GLCC, we have PERSAD. I know they're all tied in with the Trevor Project. We had the Pirates step up years ago and do an It Gets Better video. I mean, what we don't have is funding. And we need funding from the county and the state so that we can keep these programs open. I mean, our youth programs are hanging in there on a shoestring, and they really should be where we're pouring a lot of resources.
Well, didn't Nick Jonas get his full booking fee to the GLCC?
Well, I haven't been able to confirm that. I've seen several references where he said, quote, LGBT Youth Center, which we don't actually have something that is that. We have several groups that could be that. So I think people assume that meant the GLCC. But, you know, this money is going through Delta, so I don't know. Are we going to know? Are we going to see it? Is the GLCC, you know, how much did he make? Is that after his expenses? I mean, it's just, it sounds great, and I'm not really criticizing him, but we need to see the money, and we need to see the detail. And any of those groups that are supported would be great. It doesn't matter, Dreams at Home, PERSED, GLCC, Project Silk, that'd be all wonderful. It's very generous of him to do that, but, you know, it needs to translate into real concrete action. And we've heard this before. You're going to get money if you participate in a Delta event.
Well, this is Sue Kerr. Thank you very much. You can read her column in the Gay Life newsletter or check out Pittsburgh Lesbian Correspondents.com. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Pride 2015. We are on Liberty Ave for the amazing Pride March. We're doing our follow-up interview. We're back with Devonna DeVore.
Hi, how are you?
You have a title?
I do. I am Kerr reigning Miss Gay Pennsylvania United States, and I'm also the Kerr reigning Miss Link. It's very loud here, so just be loud. I'm Miss Pennsylvania United States and Miss Link.
Now, last year you had broken your ankle. This year marching with us, everybody loved you in the media.
I actually didn't break my ankle. I actually pulled my hamstring, and there's a big black and blue one right there. I really wasn't able to do too much at the Pride last year, but this year I'm actually completely healed. So this year I'm bringing the full belly dance routine of what I would have done another day. So I'm really hoping this year's gonna be a great year for my performance.
One of the things I love is when gay people are supported by their parents. Your mother's with you.
Yes, my mother Maria Tarabella is here.
Hello! How are you? Happy Pride to all! I'm so proud of my son and the friends that I've accumulated over the years here. It's wonderful, and we love all of you.
Anything you'd like to add for us?
I want to say so much thank you to the Delta Foundation. Every year you put on such an amazing event for us. I know how much time, effort, money, and volunteer work goes into this, the stress, the sleep deprivation, I understand. Thank you so much, Delta Foundation. You always do a great job. I want everyone to bring everything together. Do not discourage. Do bring equality. That's all I'm trying to say. If you have a problem with something, what we need to do is come together and talk about it. It is not about fighting against each other, because that's the last thing we want to do. Our people who have fought for us in the past at Stonewall would not want that. They want us to come together as we are today, equal and happy. And that's what Pride is about. Accepting ourselves, being happy, and here we are, we're not going nowhere.
I'm here with my guest. Originally I knew him as a drag queen named
Linda Lacey.
Then he became a male entertainer named Drew
Michael.
Drew Michael. Introduce yourself.
And my real name is Keith Zatazalo Green. Born and raised in Youngstown, been in Pittsburgh since '95. Tattooed, 2 cars, a little bit of everything. Now I'm married with a baby.
Oh, what's your baby's name?
Yeah, Jaylyn.
Very nice.
Say hi, this is the 3rd year she's been at Pride.
So as a performer, we're asking, what do you think of Caitlyn Jenner?
I don't think she needs to be a poster child for the trans community. I give her a lot of credit for doing what she's done and being able to come to terms with herself. Everybody's making it such a big deal. I think it's neat. I don't think it needs to be something that she's doing so much in the public eye, because it's either going to help or hinder the trans movement. And that makes me very uncomfortable with it, because there's a lot of people that will very easily make a mockery out of it. She's fortunate that she has the amount of money that she has, so she can see the best surgeons money can buy. She can go get everything, but there's so many trans men and trans women that are running around that have only ever been able to afford the top surgery and not been able to get the bottom surgery. And I think it's neat that she's doing what she's doing. She's freaking beautiful. Oh my God, I was all about how she looks now. She is a very beautiful middle-aged woman.
So are we ever going to see Linda back in drag?
Possibly.
Okay.
I don't know
The
yet.
Supreme Court is also giving their historic decision on marriage equality at the end of this month. What do you think is going to happen?
I'm not sure. My husband and I are legally married in New York. And have been. We've been together for 12 years now.
So you're legally married here, though, too, correct?
Yeah.
Pennsylvania? Okay. So do you think it's not going to happen? It is going to happen?
I don't know. I think it could go either way. It's a lot of it's a little really too close to tell right now. whoever's the better speaker when they're putting their case out. Everybody's got pros and cons with it. I really don't think that all the religion needs to come into it when it comes to marriage, because if they want to follow the law, it's separation of church and state, and the moment they bring in everything about it, it automatically brings religion into it. That goes against the Constitution.
I remember many years ago, Keith judged one of my earlier pageants, and I remember your catchphrase was, you have to walk the walk and you have to talk the talk. Do you think that pertains to this year's controversy with Delta and Iggy Azalea? I'm asking. Please be honest. We're interviewing any protest or any supporter.
The Delta Foundation does a really good job with this. I think sometimes they need to remember that what this event is. It's not about everybody drinking in the street. It's not all about making money. It's about celebrating pride. They brought in an entertainer that they were going to pay $150,000. They brought in an entertainer that for the last couple of years, the things that she said on Twitter have been very well known. Why bring in somebody that you know is going to piss everybody off? It's going to cause all kind of controversy. And then wait until the last minute when she cancels, and one of the biggest reasons why she canceled, they canceled her entire tour. So why would she come here if she's not going anywhere else? It's been a big mess. Legitimately, it has been a huge mess. And I'm embarrassed for them. I'm really embarrassed for them. I think they need to restructure and do some other things and bring Pride back to being what Pride used to be when we were on the North Shore, when we were in Shadyside, when we were in Shenley Park all them years ago. They bring it back to that, Pride will be phenomenal all over again.
And how do you feel about adoption rights for parents who don't have legal custody of their kids? Is this biologically yours?
No.
Did you adopt? Can you tell us about the process?
Long and expensive. It's a very long process. We have a great attorney. It's James Stockfest from Pittsburgh. He's our adoption attorney.
Do you have any suggestions then for first-time parents adopting?
Make sure you have about $5,000 in the bank. A good attorney. You have to do home visits. You have to pass background checks. If you're doing it in a relationship, you have to have relationship stability. You know, if you're only with somebody for a year and they go, oh my God, we want to adopt, no, because it's just going to affect the child in the end.
Anything else you'd like to add for our viewers?
Happy Pride.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Pride 2015. I'm here with my guest, Brandon McQueen.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Brandon McQueen. I am a gay trans man. I also perform, well, when I don't have medical conditions, I perform. And I am the educational director of Pittsburgh P-Flag.
I remember years ago for one of my pageants, you did a Mulan rendition of Be a Man.
Yes.
I remember you had the sword and yeah.
My friends said I came within inches of their necks.
Yes, I remember that.
I was not aware.
So tell us about your role within P-Flag.
I bring in guest speakers every month from a wide range of speakers, from lawyers to doctors to religious organizations to parents, to educate the people who come to P-Flag and give them resources and greater sense of knowledge.
Well, can we talk about Caitlyn Jenner? And what's your opinion?
I fully respect her and fully support her. I think she's very courageous, and since she is already a celebrity, I think she just has to, doesn't have a choice of becoming.
I was reading somewhere that they're saying her net worth, promotion-wise, is $500 million over the next 10 years. That's an amazing figure when you think of that. Anything else you want to add to our viewers?
Happy Pride.
I'm here with Gay Life newsletter columnist Philip Bayush and his boyfriend Eric Svensson.
Hi, folks. Yeah, we had a great Pride this year. We did a great float. We did a maypole with 6 colors of the rainbow. We had 6 great people participating, holding the fabric, the balloons. You know, just this fabulous float. And we did the music from the Beatles, All You Need Is Love, to keep with this year's parade theme.
Now I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Last time when we had you on, marriage equality was not legal. Are you going to get married?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, I mean, we were planning on it even before, but we're still basically planning probably for a fall wedding this year. Yeah.
So what does it mean to you now that Pennsylvania has legalized gay marriage?
We always said that we wanted to get married on our own terms, on our own turf, and not getting out of state to getting married. So now that we're going to do it, we're going to do it.
Now we've asked a lot of people about the controversy with Delta Foundation. We've had a lot of dissenting views. Be honest. What do you think of the situation?
Well, in my June article of Phil Remembers When, I was very critical of Delta and the appearance of Iggy Azalea. I referred to her as Iggy Oops. And basically I've had a change of heart. We did go to the concert last night for Nick Jonas, and I enjoyed it. The crowd was very receptive, and it just really went well. It seemed like a bad situation turned into a good situation. In my next column, I probably will do not necessarily an apology, but some kudos to Delta for pulling this off.
Now, as part of the Johnstown newsletter family, tell us about the proclamation battle in Johnstown.
Oh, that's an ongoing thing with our councilman Fred Mickle. We're trying hard to get an anti-hate crimes and a marriage equality non-discrimination bill passed for the city of Johnstown, but then also for all of Cambria County. Currently, there's counties like Allegheny County, Erie County, and 43 different cities across Pennsylvania, some even smaller than Johnstown, PA, that already have these equality benefits in place. So John and I and a group of us are trying to get the Johnstown City Council to adopt such an ordinance, and possibly for all of Cambria County.
So as an activist for most of your life, tell us your views about Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay, yeah, I did a story on Bruce Jenner.
I know, I published it. That's why I'm asking these great questions. You should know all this information about.
Yeah, I did a story months ago about Bruce Jenner, and when he appeared on, I think it was In Touch magazine or one of the rags that you pick up at the supermarket, what he would supposedly look like as a woman. I was almost hesitant to put the picture in, but I figured, okay, it's probably going to happen eventually. Might as well run with it. So when the conversion really did happen and is now Caitlyn, I think it's great. It puts a whole great spotlight on the transgender community. It's great that a big name like him, or her now, is transgendered, and I think it's just going to be great for the movement.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Just that this year was a great year for Pride. We had a little bit of rain, but we, like I said, had a great float. The vendors are great. Thank you to Brian T. and all his folks out there. He always does a great job and does a lot of work with the newsletter. So we love Brian and his folks. And that's it for Pride. You want to say anything, Eric?
No, I think Phil pretty much summed it all up.
Look at the detail of his rose.
Yeah, look at the tattoo. This is still a work in progress.
Next year it'll be finished.
We're here with Chance Encounters. He's done our show before. Welcome, Chance. What's been new with you?
Just transferred to Pittsburgh. We're in our 5th year. We actually opened for Nick Jonas last night, which was awesome. It's the first year that they allotted special spots for trans-identified performers, so we're really excited. We've got some more at 3:30 at that stage, and then some more down on the other stage. So pretty busy with it. It's exciting.
I read your article in the newspaper. Amazing coverage, good coverage. Are you excited about Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah. I mean,
what's that about?
It's a different experience. It's not the lived trans experience. When you're in Hollywood and you have access to all those resources, it's not really the experience of most trans folks. But I'm happy for her. She looks amazing, and I wish her the best of luck.
We'll have you back on the show to perform. Thank you very much, and I hug you when you're full of glitter. Happy Pride. We are here with Jewel Sage, one of our very beginning contestants.
Hi, how are you? It's wonderful to be here in Pittsburgh today. It's a little rainy and moist, but hey, how you doing?
So what's been new with you since our last update?
Nothing really. Getting kicked out of bars. Well, I shouldn't be, but...
What bar were you kicked out of?
The Escapade.
Again?
Listen, you want to hear this scoop? It was like really horrible. They wouldn't let me perform, so I kicked a chair, and they got mad and they told me to leave, so I just left. And then I got pushed out the door.
I remember the one New Year's Eve when you smashed the flower pot.
I did another one. He wants $10 for the damage because I can go back. But anyways, I'm a bad role model. They shouldn't put me on TV.
Now, what do you think of all the marriage equality?
I love it. I love it. It's finally here. I'm proud to be who I am. I'm proud to stand for a great organization, and I'm proud to stand among all these people here today and represent.
Now, we are asking everybody their views on Caitlyn Jenner. Bruce Jenner.
Yes.
To be honest, tell us what you think.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. I love her. She's gorgeous. That's all I can say. I support her either way, whatever.
And are you following the controversy with Iggy Azalea?
No, I'm not. I don't got time for that. I got my own controversy.
What's your controversy?
I just don't know right now.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't, but I'm happy to be in Pittsburgh tonight. I'm heading back to Altoona tonight, and I can't wait to rest my head in my home and see my kids.
So. We'll see you in Altoona.
I will see you. Thank you so much. You have a great evening.
I, Olga Kay.
I, Michael Buckley.
I, Kat Graham.
I, Timothy De La Ghetto.
I, Chris Cluey.
I, Issa Rae.
I, Lucas Cruikshank.
I, Hannah Hart.
I, Shira Lazar.
I, Brendan Iambadejo.
I, Chester C.
I, Davey Wavy.
I, Margaret Cho.
I, Philip DeFranco.
I, Scott Hoying.
And I, Mitch Grassi.
Pledge to.
Pledge to. Pledge to.
Pledge to let my friends know that they can talk to me.
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 Be respectful and supportive of everyone.
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 Regardless of sexual orientation.
Or gender identity.
To listen.
Listen.
Listen with an open mind.
And without judgment.
Without judgment.
Without judgment.
Take what people say.
Take what people say
seriously.
Seriously. Take what people say seriously.
Check in with friends.
With friends.
Check in with friends who may need to talk.
Who may need to talk.
Help a friend call the Trevor Lifeline.
Help a friend call the Trevor Lifeline.
Help a friend call the Trevor Lifeline if they are in crisis.
If they are in crisis.
866-488-7386.
Tell a person I trust.
I trust.
I trust.
Tell a person I trust.
If I think someone is considering suicide.
If I think someone is considering suicide.
To call the Trevor Lifeline.
Call the Trevor Lifeline.
Call the Trevor Lifeline.
Whenever I need support.
Whenever I need support.
Whenever I need support.
866-488-7386.
Join us and make the pledge today. Go to trevortalktome.org and share with your friends.
Hope this works, guys. Yay! Good work. Thank you for everything that you do. Mwah.
Welcome back. We're on Liberty Ave for Pittsburgh Pride. I'm here with my friend Tricky Lane, who is out of drag.
Hello.
Hello, Tricky. Talk to us.
How are you?
What brought you to Pittsburgh today?
The fun activities.
Why aren't you Tricky? Why are you Mark?
I didn't have time.
Okay. What do you think of the marriage equality Supreme Court ruling? Well, it hasn't happened yet. Think it's going to happen? Not happen? We're also asking you following Caitlyn Jenner.
Somewhat.
So what do you
I don't know. She had the interview and said she wasn't going to do money, and it wasn't all about money and shows. And I find out she's going to have herself a show. I don't know. So like she's selling out. But good for her.
Tell us what's going on in Altoona.
Nothing. There's a party at the Escapade coming up on July 11th, the Redneck Pool Party.
Are you performing in that?
No, I'm going to be in Grampian that weekend.
Okay.
At the Roadhouse.
Mark is a performer named Tricky Lane. When I originally had him perform for me and I found him, his name was Velasco Fulalika. So we had a name change, kind of like, you know, much like that.
Happy Pride. Have fun.
We are here with Judge Hugh McGruff. He's won the Democratic Party nomination. He's running this November's election. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Judge Hugh McGruff. I'm a magistrate judge here in the city of Pittsburgh. And Mr. DeBartola said I'm a politician. I am actually a public servant. I'm a public official. Judges, state judges in Pennsylvania are elected. And while it's a political process that ends up resulting in judges who are put on the bench, I don't think of myself as a politician. I practiced law, labor and employment law, and civil rights law for 20 years before being elected a magistrate judge here in the city of Pittsburgh. And then in 2011, I was elected a magisterial district judge in the city of Pittsburgh. There are about a dozen magistrates in the city and about 40 countywide. So I will be on the ballot as one of 3 Democrat Party nominees for the Court of Common Pleas on the November 3rd general election. There are 3 openings on the Court of Common Pleas, and so I'm here with my people, the LGBT community. I'm known around, I made the front page of the paper last year when I performed Pennsylvania's first same-sex marriage, which was sort of a profound event for me because, one, I'm personally involved in the extension of civil rights, marriage, an institution that gay and lesbian people have been excluded from historically. It's profound for me for that reason to be an elected official involved in that process, and it was also important because my husband and I had been married in New York a couple of years before marriage equality arrived in Pennsylvania. So I'm here on Pride Pittsburgh. I'm helping staff the Allegheny County Human Relations booth. I'm a member of that commission. We partner with the City of Pittsburgh Human Relations Commission to ensure fairness in employment, housing, public accommodation in Allegheny County and Pittsburgh.
Well, we're doing our roaming street interviews, and I'm here with the founder of Gay Life TV, David Stanton. Tell us about Gay Life TV.
Well, we're located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're the largest IPTV station in the world. Like I say, you can find us on Penn Avenue in Pittsburgh. We also have a store called Live Life Gay that we just opened up about a month ago.
I was just there 2 weeks ago.
Yes, and your people bought a lot of stuff, and I thank you. Check us out.
How many years have you been on the air?
We've been on the air for at least 3 professionally, and we've been at our location for about 3 years now.
So tell our viewers about what type of programming you have on the network.
Well, you know, we have a lot of LGBT programming. So we have a show called Drag Talk, which is for drag queens.
I've done that in the past.
Yes. And then we also have another show called Transition Radio TV, which is for transgender issues. A show called Dirty Talk. A show called Animal Head. So what we try to do is have a whole bunch of shows just for the LGBT community, really.
And you have Davio Calabio.
Oh yeah, just our number 1 show, one of them, but fantastic with the popular Davio Calabio. You know, and then also we do a lot of interviews, like we interviewed you, and we like to just kind of inform the community about all the great LGBT stuff that happens here.
I know I heard comments that you wanted to take over Pride with a group of other people next year. Could you tell us about what that is about?
Well, it's not, I wouldn't say we want to take over Pride, but we would like to help give it a different definition, because as we know, this Pride this year sucked. Okay, I'm sure I'm not the first to say it, but our parade was terrible this year. And
why was the parade terrible?
Well, we all know because of the Delta Foundation, all the controversy going on with that. And I think that's what, I mean, I know lots of people who actually just kind of boycotted this year because of that. And I would like to go out there and say, oh, it wasn't because of Iggy. This whole thing, the Delta this year, is not because of Iggy canceling. It's because of past aggressions that people has had with the Delta Foundation. It has nothing to do with Iggy. So, you know, but then that kind of stuff has got to change. And that's one of the reasons why we're
So what do you want to see change, or what do you want to see happen?
I want to see inclusion. Biggest problem that we have in this city is that you know, you only get included if you got money and, you know, a certain status and stuff like that. But there's so many, like, look, I got this card today from an LGBT group that's just starting. I can guarantee you if they went to our current 501c3 place, Delta, and asked for help, that they would not even be considered. We would help them. So it's kind of like that. So we want to, you know, that's what I would like to see change. People that are trying to help other people, help them to help other people, instead of be like, well, you got to have some sort of qualification to, you know what I mean, to become something. So that's got to change. So many people feel disconnected in this city and separated because of Delta Foundation. And so we are going to stop that.
Now, one of the criticisms of Delta was they haven't given enough money to the LGBT community. How would you like to see the LGBT homeless youth and the at-risk suicidal youth help in this community?
Well, I would like to see some of that money go to them, because last year Delta Foundation gave $1,500 out. They collected over $1 million.
Is that an actual fact?
That's an actual fact.
That's cited
you can go on their website and see that. They give out $115, and I interviewed the people who got the $115, or I'm sorry, $1,500, and they actually never got it. You know what I mean?
What group is this?
I can't remember. It's I can't remember at this moment, but I just watch Gay Life television. But I know who they are as a. But you can go on their website, like I said, and check this out for yourself. But they collected over $1 million last year. So how do you collect $1 million? You only give out $1,500. Because when I was at your fundraisers, I was being told that you're collecting money to give out in grants.
Is there anything else you'd like to add for our viewers?
No, I just want you all to have a happy Pride and remember the true meaning of Pride, and let's not lose that. We need to get that back.
David has a couple guests with him from Gay Life TV. One is a host of his show. Tell us your name and who you are.
I'm Pretty Peter on Dirty Talk.
I'm Tomahawk Dave on Dirty Talk.
Yes. Talk about your show.
Well, we're supposed to be a scripted show, but the script is basically ad-lib. We do get a script, but we ad-lib a lot. We talk about fetishes, things going on in the community, and different stuff.
So you talk sex?
Yeah, everything, and the dirtier the better.
Have you had a good response or a critical response to your show?
I would say we got people I talk to.
What's our #1 show, actually? And the reason why it's our #1 show is because it's called Dirty Talk, and that's exactly what we do. And the point of that show is the problem with homosexuality is that it's always repressed, and that's why homosexuals and gay men have sex in shady places, is because our sexuality is so repressed. So our show is to let you let you know that you should not be afraid of your sexuality and explore it.
Now David also has a business partner. Introduce yourself.
Frank, called Cheeky.
And he's straight and he's hunky. If I can get him to take off his shirt, maybe he would. I don't know.
Right now.
Yeah. Go ahead, do it.
He's all.
Well, you're on the Dirty Talk show.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, if we gotta be shirtless, you have to.
I got a horrible tattoo, just like everybody knows. It's horrible.
He's a little scraped up.
Yeah, a little scraped up.
This way, when they accuse me of strippers and booze in Johnstown, we have some.
Damn, your brother fucked you up. Yeah, I got old.
What's wrong with your tattoo? Is it spelled correctly?
Yeah, it's spelled correctly. It's just old. It's old. It's just old.
Money intrigues all.
Money intrigues all.
So what made you want to invest in a gay TV station?
Well, it's more investing into David because he is a wonderful person and he is a great man. He definitely has this television station going in the right direction. And I do support all the gay people out there. And I just want to be a good person and spread all the love that I can.
So what kind of new programming would you want to bring to the network? New ideas?
New programming. Well, actually, I just thought of an idea earlier. I was thinking about having a girl dirty talk for like lesbians or something.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
A girl dirty talk would do well.
I don't know why I thought about that.
Who would be the perfect host?
I don't know about that.
Who is the dirtiest, sexiest lesbian you know? Who are you? Come on, who are you? Who is this, one of your people?
This is my friend.
Come over, friend. Introduce yourself. What's your name?
Jesse. What's going on? I'm Jesse.
From Pittsburgh?
Well, I wasn't born in Pittsburgh, but yeah, I'm from here.
So do you work for Gay Life TV?
No, I do not. I'm just good friends with him.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's a work in progress.
Anything anybody would like to add from our Dirty Talk show?
I'm showing off most of my toys and my sling. We're gonna have a sling live in the studio.
Sling demonstration.
You have to drive out to watch this thing.
Well, we're gonna welcome the audience to come and watch it online or down to the studio.
Anything you'd like to add, Peter?
I'm just looking forward to doing an actual live from the studio. We normally Skype in.
Yeah, because
we can do anywhere in the world, which makes it nice to be able to do the show, to travel, and put the word out.
We're in Syracuse, New York.
I know Gay Life TV promotes probably the Trevor Project. Your website is Help me with the website.
GayLifeTelevision.com.
And they can also watch it on Roku.
Oh yeah, we're the official gay channel on Roku, which is a box you buy for your TV. And, so if you know what Roku is, just look for our channel in there. We have a free one and a paid one.
I believe you are the only IP in the country.
We're not the only one, we're just the largest one. But there's also one more thing I'd like to say is that I want to thank Keystone Alliance for making us part of their Pride family this year. We marched with them and we were very happy to do that.
I was one of your very first guests when David first started 8 or 9 years ago.
Well, you know, what you do for the world is really valuable. So it's important that you just keep on going and that you all support the Keystone Alliance because you're supporting something that's good.